All right, class, in this section here, we're going to be taking a look at section 2.4, and we're looking at survey problems and how they work out in sets, results of surveys. And again, the key point here is that regions of the Venn diagram can have different names, and so like last lesson, we were calling the universal set out here region 1. In the first set A is region 2, here is region 3 and region 4, and we're going to be dealing with how those sets interplay. So for example, up here it says, so we're using this diagram here. It's shaded in different locations, so we're going to use it here. For A, it says, name the set we get by combining regions 6 and 7. So if I have regions 6 and 7, and I want to talk about how to get that, what would I talk about being the union or intersection of certain sets? And I would call this the intersection of set B and C would probably be your shortest and most direct way to get that intersection. Next, it says, what is the set name for region 2? Okay, well, region 2 is this area right here. And so what's happening is this is not all of A, B and C are excluded. So since we're taking and we're cutting out B and C, hopefully that word helps us out, is we're starting with A, and then we're subtracting B and C. Now, I don't want to say subtract B, subtract C, because then I end up with actually a different quantity. What I want to do is I want to subtract the union of B and C, because I want to subtract all of B and C together, not B then minus C. I want to subtract the union of B and C. B and C, if I shaded them in really dark, would be all of this area here. That's really what I want to cut out of A. So that's the union of B and C is what I need to identify first and subtract that out from A. Last here we see says express A minus B as the union of two sets. So what's going to happen here is here's A, and then I'm cutting out B. Okay, well, what would that be the union of? So A minus B, subtracting it or adding it as a union of two sets. And so what we want to do is say, gives us a long description of how to do this. It's actually much easier to say that this is A minus B. But what's happening here is we're identifying region 2 is actually this long description of the intersection of A and everything that's not B, B's complement, and C's complement. So everything that's not B and not C would leave you with region 2. Okay? And what we want to do then is say that down here we've got the intersection of A with B's complement, so that's this area left over, with the intersection of C. The intersection of C takes B right here and cuts it off and says here's region 5. So basically it's saying we're adding, putting together region 2 and region 5. So region 2 is again this A intersection B complement intersection of C, and you take its union of A intersection B complement intersection of C. So that would be answering problem C here. Okay, so this is a very identical problem to what you're seeing in your homework, your assignments. It says the numbers of the regions of the given Venn diagram indicate the number of elements in that region. Use this diagram to solve these problems. This says find the cardinal number of A. Well, A is all of this. Well, there's 7 numbers here, there's 11 numbers here, 5 numbers there, 2 numbers there. So your job is to add those. 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 11. And we result in 25 numbers. The cardinal number of A is 25. So now our job is to take the cardinal number of set A minus set B. So to visualize that, we need to take, here's set A, the whole big thing, and we're cutting out these ones. So now that I scribbled it out, you can easily see the only ones left over are 7 and 11. So that's going to be equal to 7 plus 11, which is going to give us 18 elements. The cardinal number is 18. So now we're saying what's the cardinal number of A intersection C? So we take a look in the picture. Here's A, here's C. Notice that I did a bad job shading there. C is the blue line, and it cuts off this part right here. So the region we're actually looking at is this area right here with this 11 and this 5 in it. That would be the intersection of A and C, the overlap between those two circles. And so what we do is we take the 5 and add the 11, and we're going to get 16 is the cardinal number of elements in this intersection. Okay, so now we're doing a very similar process here in one of your homework assignments, but you have to set things up. So we're actually taking a look at a survey of 82 people. So there's 82 people in this whole thing. Okay, they're vacationing on a dude ranch. The following information was obtained. 10 took swim lessons, so one of these is going to be swim. Okay, and then some attended a barbecue, and then so we'll put barbecue is set B. And then we have our tour guide down here. Okay, so 10 took swimming lessons, attended the barbecue, and bought a tour guide. That means that 10 people did all three. And we've got 22 people attended the barbecue and bought a tour guide. That means that they overlap with barbecue and tour guide, so we put the 22 here in region 7. And it says 28 took swimming lessons and bought a tour guide. So we have to list or label here, this is 28. It's the intersection of swim and tour guide. Then 27 took swimming lessons but didn't attend the barbecue. So they swam but did not barbecue. So now we're running into our problem with the way that the information just seems to set itself up. Because what we're overlooking here is that the 28 and the 10 needs to be the total amount of people that took swimming lessons and bought a tour guide. So what we have to take into consideration is that we already said 10 people swam and got a tour guide. They're not giving us data completely separate. The only one that we know for sure is where it's supposed to be is 10. The 22 and the 28 need to take back into consideration that there was already 10 counted here. So when I said 22 here, that's total between the 10 and the 22. So that 22 should be rewritten to be 11. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, it's supposed to be an eraser. So we have 11 here. And then this 28 needs to take into consideration that there was already 10 counted that were already in the intersection of A and C in that 10 category. And so we erase here and make this an 18. Okay? Otherwise, we were really going to be in a bad shape with this 27. 27 is where we can't put 27 here because it says took swimming lessons but did not attend the barbecue. That means we would think 27 goes here, but this is saying that there's 27 and then there's 18 that in all didn't go to the barbecue. And it's saying a total of 27 didn't attend the barbecue, but they swam. So that means here we have 18, and 18 needs to add with something to be the total of 27 of complete people that did not go to the barbecue. And so 18 and 9 gives us 27. So that means there's 9 more people in section A, so that the two of these add up to 27 that did not pass this barrier of barbecue. Okay. So hopefully you follow my reasoning there. 66 took swim lessons or bought a tour guide. So swimming lessons or tour guide means that all of this, if I was to highlight here, all of this, this guy, the 9, the 10, the 18, and this 11 adds up to a total of 66. Well, so far I've got 9, 18, so that's 27, plus 10 is 37, plus 11 is 48. So far I've got 48 between all those numbers. So what we're saying here is 66 minus the 48 I already know about is going to give me the number that needs to go into region 8 here. And so I go ahead and put my answer, which is going to be 18. So 18 here in just C alone. Okay? And then so it says 3 only bought a tour guide. which means I actually made a mistake. The 10 that only bought the 3 that only bought a tour guide means that the 3 was supposed to go right here. Well, how does that work? I thought we had 18. Well, I noticed right after I said that there was an open gap here. This guy right here, we didn't put anything. So it says or, and so I skipped completely this region. I apologize, but that's good. This is how I would do it. This is how you should do it on the fly, is working through logically what's going on here. Is it says that there's only 3 that bought a tour guide, so it definitely goes here. So this 18 needs to be taken away from, so I take another look at my 18, subtract 3 from it, and I'm going to get 15. That 15 is the number that's supposed to go up here in region 3. So I'm going to go ahead and put 15 there. So 15 there. And then it says that 10 did none of these things. So that means out here there's a random 10 people that didn't do anything. They just showed up and hung out and did nothing. So our job says how many attended the barbecue. Okay. Well, what we're needing to do is not figure out what region 4 is. That's not actually what we're asked to do. What we're asked to do is figure out how many people went to the barbecue. Well, the barbecue includes everything here in B. So yes, we do need to know what region 4 is, sort of, but we actually need to know, even easier, is what is 82 take away these 9 that didn't go, these 18 that didn't go, and these 3 that didn't go, and finally the 10 that did nothing. So this is actually your real job, is to figure out what is 82 minus those numbers, and that'll figure out how many total people there is in the barbecue section. And so if I quickly do that on my calculator, got 82 minus 9 minus 18 minus 3 minus 10 should give me 42 people in total go to the barbecue. And if I actually subtract the 15 from that, the 10, the 11, I should end up with 6 people just went to the barbecue. But that was not an important number. The important number is 42. Okay. And that's it for this section. If you have any questions or your homework, please email me through the Ask My Instructor feature of the lab, which shows me what you've tried as an answer. So it's a good tool for me to see where your reasoning is going and help guide you from there.